perfect day at the foot of the Rocky Mountains in Fort Collins, Colorado. CSU Stadium, where CBS Sports Network presents Mountain West football, and a great rivalry in this state, Air Force against Colorado State. Hi everybody, I'm Rich Waltz. Welcome to Fort Collins. Yeah, we've got a rivalry here, but it's been a high-scoring and exciting rivalry and two very different offenses. Let's start with Air Force. They run the triple option, and they run it better than just about anybody in the country. How good? Last week against Nevada. It started with Ronald Coleman around the left side, and look at the numbers before they were done. 91 rushing plays, 550 yards, 6 rushing touchdowns, 32 first downs. And in the end, it was Luke Strable from 30 yards out. Troy Calhoun and the Falcons had a 3-point win. Well, explosive plays is what Nick Stevens and this offense is all about. Look at this. He's 3 touchdown passes short of tying Garrett Grayson, now of the Atlanta Falcons, for the all-time record here. We could see a record tied or broken. Troy Calhoun, just like Mike Bobo, he was a college quarterback. He quarterbacked the Falcons for the legendary Fisher DeBerry, and he's done a wonderful job in his 11 seasons. Weather, Aaron Murray rejoins us now. How might this wind, which right now is about 15 miles an hour, affect this football game?
But for Colorado State, a passing team, going to affect them more. Obviously, Air Force with a triple option. They're going to be passing the ball 5-8 times today, so really not going to affect them too much. But for this Colorado State team, for their quarterbacks, for their receivers, they're going to have to play through some windy conditions throughout today.
This is a gorgeous facility. It's the newest stadium in FBS right here at CSU. And so the first time that this series plays here on this field. Now, Air Force has dominated the series of late, and they lead the series 33-21. The Ram-Falcon trophy is awarded to the winner. Colorado State won the toss and defers. And they will tee it up here. Braxton Davis getting set to kick it away. Tim McVeigh, a speedster, and a guy that Colorado State had no answer for last year, is back to return this kick. Both defenses have trouble with the other team's offenses. Whether it's the triple option of Air Force, Colorado State can't solve it. Vertical passing game, Falcons have trouble with that. And of course, last year was a shootout in a 49-46 game. Line drive kick right over McVeigh's head and right through the end zone. And this rivalry game in the Mountain West is underway. That's right, bring on the cow and bring on Arion Worthman, the fabulous quarterback for Air Force.
Yeah, we've been lucky. We've got to see him a couple times this year and watching the film on him. What a leader. What a great leader, this football team, the way he plays, the way he's been able to bring them back in certain deficits. But they want to start off strong today, and it starts with him being able to make great decisions in this triple option.
This triple option absolutely dominated the clock and the fields at Nevada. We showed you the damage they did. 91 rushing plays, 98 total snaps in that game. And that may be the best defense for Air Force. Worthman will keep it. Is hit and drops. 7-yard pickup. And will bring up second down and 3. The rest of the offense for Air Force. How about Taven Bordeaux and the day he had at Nevada, the sophomore fullback?
Yeah, he's really taking advantage of his opportunity to come here. Because of a couple injuries, he's starting tonight, and you'll see him up and down running that belly right and left all day long.
Bordeaux, one of 3 Falcons who were over 100 yards last week. Second down and 3. Bordeaux with the carry, and he's got the first down. He's out to the 38-yard line. Now, Colorado State's defense trying to solve this triple option. There's a lot of pressure on the safeties, and especially a guy like Jordan Fogle.
It's a lot of eye discipline for these guys. They have to be worried about when is Arion going to pass the ball, but also they have to be downhill and run support. So these guys are going to see him all over the field, going to be very aggressive trying to stop this triple option.
So first and 10, ball sitting at the 44 of Colorado State. Tim McVeigh with a nice carry there. And as Cassie talked about, High scoring last year certainly was it, and McVay was a big part of that. He gashed Colorado State for 184 yards last year.
Well, this offense right now, they're really finding their rhythm this entire season, being able to run the ball up and down the field, and Tim McVay's a big reason why. He's really dynamic. You saw that last play.
Worthman, another nice pickup. Boy, right now, 9-10 yards a clip. Shun Johnson made the stop. It'll be second down and short. Aaron, your keys to the game.
Once again, for Air Force, take control of the clock. Something they did really well last week, over 40 minutes of possession. And then on defensively for them, get creative in the defensive passing game. Find ways to get after Colorado State's quarterback. For Colorado State, you're going to see a lot of man-to-man coverage this entire game. They're going to have to beat that man. And on defense, they need to stay disciplined, keep their eyes in the right position.
Impressive opening drive by Air Force. So it's first and goal from the 9. This drive started for Air Force at their own 25. Straight ahead, it's Stafford, and he's inside the 5 and down to the 3. And this is beginning to look a lot like last week at Nevada.
It is. It's just this long, methodical drives, a lot of running. You're not going to see a lot of passes going on today, especially with the windy weather. So this Colorado State, they got to be big, they got to be strong, and it starts with the front 4, the front 7 with those linebackers. And like we talked about in the opening, those safeties are going to have to be a little bit more downhill, try to knock those guys to the line of scrimmage.
5 first downs on 10 plays on this drive. Second and goal from the 3. Worthman. Hands off. Bordeaux. And he's in. Touchdown, Air Force. Taven Bordeaux. And Air Force takes it 75 yards in their first touch.
It's just a big fullback. Give the ball to the fullback. He's done a great job last week. This week so far in the run game, it's tough when you get a big guy rolling downhill like that at the 3-yard line. Those linebackers and safety don't want anything of that.
Right behind Alex Norton is center. Griffin Landrum, that right guard. Big chunk of clock eaten up, 75 yards in the books. And an opening touchdown drive. Extra point good. Air Force makes a statement to start this rivalry game in the Mountain West. One possession, Air Force goes 75 yards. Marvin Kinsey stumbles and falls. And Colorado State's going to have to start this possession at the 4-yard line. And when they do, got to wait for the cow in that case. And when they do, Nick Stevens at the controls. He's had a wonderful run here at Fort Collins.
Yeah, when you talk to Coach Bobo, the one thing he talks about with this Nick Stevens kid is just how smart he is. He does a great job of putting this team, whether it's a pass play, whether it's a run play, in the right position every time. So he's going to have to continue doing that. There's a lot of checks in this offense, someone who's been a part of it, but that makes it fun as a quarterback.
It's an offense that can run it, and they will throw it deep on play action. Down the sideline. Gorgeous throw. Gallup couldn't hold it, and it's incomplete. Stevens put it right on the money. Good coverage, though. Air Force had a couple guys with him.
And talking with Coach Bobo, this is something they want to do early. He was telling me the other night, listen, we may start off the game with 2 takeoffs. We might just test these guys. We're going to see man-to-man coverage. And Nick Stevens with a good ball to start right there. For Gallup, he has to make those catches.
Jeremy Fedulum got a hand up at the last minute and caused the incompletion. Another play action, another shot, same spot. This one is incomplete. No flag. And it's 3rd down and 10.
Once again, one-on-one on the outside. They're going to take their shot. Nick Stevens, you got to get the ball up faster. You got speedy receiving on the outside. You have to hit that back fist step and just let that thing rip.
So, backed up against the goal line. No worries. 2 shots deep. 2 well-thrown balls. 3rd down and 10. And this one, a dart over the middle, and it's caught there. Warren Jackson, the true freshman, getting a start. Kyle Floyd made the stop. That's a 20-yard pickup and a first down. Chick-fil-A starting lineups. Okay, there's injuries on the wide receiver spot, but Michael Gallup certainly is the star. An
impressive kid. You look at, we were watching him in practice yesterday. Big kid, about 6'1", 6'2", good size, pretty good speed, but what he does after the catch is what's special about this kid.
Ball out to the 24. And the first run, and breaking loose is Dawkins. Dawkins to the 40. Dawkins to the 10. Dawkins to the house. Touchdown, Colorado State. 76 yards, Dalen Dawkins. That's what a vertical passing game will get you. Colorado State answers with a 96-yard touchdown drive. Dalen Dawkins. Dalen Dawkins, 76 yards for the touchdown, longest of Dawkins' career. And a line drive kick over McVay, back to the end zone. Taven Bordeaux, who came to the academy with the reputation as a great wrestler. And now he's turned into a terrific fullback.
Yeah, really taking advantage right now.
Marty English, you talk about a headache of a week. He's had back-to-back weeks, which actually is to his benefit of this triple option. New Mexico last week, Air Force this week.
Yeah, it's great for them. They saw it last week. Doesn't look to be helping them too much early on in this game, but those guys will pick it up as we get going. But definitely helps seeing triple option twice.
Worthman a pitch. McVay cuts in and gets out to the 48. He's hit there by Jordan Fogle and Jake Schlager. And McVay is slow to get up.
Yeah, these safeties we talked about at the beginning. Jordan Fogle gonna have to be downhill. And that's a big boy hit right there. Those safeties, you're gonna be seeing them making a lot of tackles in this game tonight.
It's good enough for a first down though, and Air Force continues to roll on the ground. They took it 75 yards to their opening drive. This the second possession. Stafford straight ahead, and he's going to get 4.
And so far, looking at this Colorado State defense, very base defense. You're going to see cover 4, safeties hovering about 8 yards, or you're going to see an 8-man box. You're going to see an extra safety come in the box, create 8-man spacing, but you're not going to see a lot of blitzing. You're not going to see anything too crazy. You have to play your position, stay disciplined, and use your eyes.
And on second down, another pitch to the left side and a slip by Nolan Erickson. And this is going to bring a third down and 9 now for the Air Force. Armed Forces Football is proudly supported by GMC.
Now there's a position Colorado State wants to be in defensively. Get Air Force, a team that doesn't pass the ball, that 3rd and 9 range.
Shotgun for Worthman. He's an efficient passer, but doesn't throw it often. Blitz comes. Worthman is flushed. Hit as he throws, and caught. Intercepted. Anthony Hawkins, the sophomore corner. And a turnover for Air Force.
Not the position Air Force wants to be in. 3rd and long, having to pass the ball. This offensive line missed block, You got man coverage on the outside, so you got to be accurate as a quarterback. That's just not a good decision right there. Probably should have thrown that one away. And that's a big stop for Colorado State. That's a huge win for this defense right there. Coming out first series, couldn't stop in the run game. Get Air Force to a 3rd and long and then capitalize with a great interception.
Now Nick Stevens back on the field. Actually not on the field. Stevens from a wide receiver spot gets the pitch, fires it down, Gallup the catch, into the end zone. Touchdown! From Wildcat to Stevens to Gallup. And Colorado State, 55 yards later, is in.
And this is a fun play right here. Coach Bobo actually drew this up for us yesterday. A little wildcat, a little trickery. You have a pylon route by Gallup on the outside. That's a beautiful throw, and that's a great job tracking that ball right into his hands. He looked like a center fielder out there.
Boy, 2 big plays. The interception, and then a little razzle-dazzle from Colorado State. Nick Stevens finds Michael Gallup. It's 14-7 Rams. Anthony Hawkins, the interception, and as soon as Colorado State got it, Mike Bobo getting creative. Worthman pulls it and then gets to the edge, but there's nothing there. Jordan Fogle met him, along with a lot of other Colorado State Rams. 4-yard pickup.
And you're going to see Arion tonight. You're going to see him in the shotgun as well. They like this formation, not always under center. They feel like the quarterback in the gun gets a little bit more downhill, gives them better opportunity to run the football.
Well, Worthman certainly has found a home and a perfect offense for him at the academy. He is from the Midwest. He's out of Normal, Illinois. He'll pitch it. This is Cleveland. Tiptoes out of bounds. And let's see if he has enough for the first down. He does. And Air Force moves the sticks.
That's all you need sometimes with this type of offense. You need 1 first down. And then all of a sudden you're getting a second. You're getting a third down. You just slowly start wearing a defense down. And right now, they just need, I think, 1 or 2 more first downs, and they should be knocking on the door.
Minute and a half and counting in this first quarter. Troy Calhoun pacing. Worthman to Nolan Erickson, and right at midfield, he's met. Gain of 3. Jake Schlager, another stop for Colorado State. Well, this game opened with a bang. Air Force 75-yard touchdown drive, 96-yard touchdown drive for Colorado State. And then the razzle-dazzle throw from Stevens to Gallup. That was a 55-yarder. 2nd down, 7. Worthman's pitch. That's Erickson. Breaks a tackle, breaks another, and gets tripped at the 30-yard line. Nolan Erickson, the sophomore out of Clarkston, Michigan. Terrific run, 19 yards.
Yeah, for Colorado State, once again, too many missed tackles. I counted 2 there. Great read by Arion. 1 missed tackle, 2 missed tackles, almost 3 missed tackles right there. This Colorado State defense, they know they need to be better. You have a chance to knock Air Force in the backfield, you got to do it.
First quarter is done. We promised you great offense, and we promised you a wild game, and so far they've delivered. 14-7 after 1. 1 quarter in, Mountain West Conference rivalry. Colorado State up a touchdown. And then, all right, back to work goes. Look at the plays. 26 plays to 5. Air Force has eaten up almost 14 minutes of clock, but they're down 14-7. Worthman handoff. Stafford bangs ahead, and he carves out 7 yards. Second down and 3.
I really like this fullback belly dive. They go to the right, they go to the left. They had a lot of success last weekend with it, and they just have really talented fullbacks. So that these guys are able to get not only 2 to 3 yards, but they're able to pull off 7-yard runs like we had this past play.
See those numbers. They were dominant last week. 91 rushes, 550 yards in the win against Nevada. Worthman makes the pitch, has the first down. He'll settle for a 5-yard carry. Jake Schlager chases him down.
There's a great job right here once again. Arion making a great decision, but Colorado State playing discipline. You see a little bit of hesitation from Arion. Uncertain, does he want to pitch it, does he not? This Colorado State team, you're starting to see now, they've played this triple option 2 weeks in a row. It's starting to pay off.
Arion Worthman at the controls. Oh, in! Second touchdown for him. And Air Force within a point of tying it up. That's a nice answer to the Gallup touchdown. 4 yards for the sophomore out of Altus, Oklahoma, Taven Bordeaux.
Offensive line doing a great job getting off the ball right here. And Bordeaux, big fullback, that's just too easy. When you're not getting any contact until you get to the goal line, you're not going to be able to stop that big guy.
Strable with the kick. Fun one in the Mountain West in a rivalry game. Air Force and Colorado State 14 apiece. 14 apiece. Nick Stevens and Colorado State get the ball back. Air Force kicking off. All right, look. Stevens plays for Mike Bobo, who runs the offense and certainly coaches the quarterbacks. You played for Mike Bobo. He was your quarterback coach and your offensive coordinator. You had a chance to trade notes on Bobo with Stevens, two guys that have had to run this almost the identical offense.
It is. It really is the same offense. You turn the film, you're going to see them in the eye, run the ball, the lead, the power, and then you're going to see the vertical game off the play action. But the biggest thing, like Coach Bobo said, it is a tough offense for a quarterback. There's a lot of checks, there's a lot of different reads, and Nick Stevens done a great job of picking the offense up.
Shotgun here. Stevens fires it right on the money. Gallup is loose. Gallup on his feet. Midfield still. Breaking tackles. Rumbling inside Air Force territory to the 39-yard line. One of the best wide receivers in the game, Michael Gallup.
And it's just his speed, his strength. Does a great job, a quick 8-yard stop, putting it down. But it's what he does with the ball after the catch which makes this kid special. We talked about it earlier. He's a tough kid to bring down. He's super determined when he has the ball in his hands.
36 yards on that catch, 91 yards in 2 catches already with a touchdown for Gallup. This is just the 7th play of the game for Colorado State. Wide open. Gallup again. My goodness, to the 22.
And Nick Stevens doing a great job. He sees the blitz off the edge. He checks to a pass play where the defender was coming from. And it's just a pitch and catch. You're going to see a lot of Micah Gallup all night long.
Izzy Matthews in the backfield. And this is Matthews, left side, short of the end zone. Gain of a couple. Kyle Floyd made the stop.
Yeah, they got Izzy Matthews in there, bigger back, more their back. You'll see him all game long, but especially when you start getting inside the 5-yard line. 6 foot 220, just a bigger guy that can get that 1 yard for you, probably put it in the end zone. Look for them to go back to him this play.
Matthews was probably the offensive star last week at New Mexico at 116 yards on the ground. The air game, Stevens to Gallup, was not clicking in Albuquerque last week. Matthews again, dives, tried to get the ball over the line, and I don't think he got there. James Jones the hit. Good penetration by that front of Air Force.
Yeah, great job by Air Force right there. Colorado State, same play. They went to the left to play before. Let's try it again, going to the right. And for Air Force, great job of kind of knocking him off his path in the backfield, threw him off.
All right, they've had 2 shots at it. Here's the third now. 3rd and goal. Inside the 1.
I think you're going to see a run play once again. Give it to your big back.
Play action. Stevens throws. Caught there. Touchdown. Adam Prentice, the fullback. His first touchdown catch. And only his 4th catch of the season.
You keep running the ball, keep running the ball. All of a sudden now, these linebackers are coming downhill. You sneak the fullback out to the flat. Wide open for the easy touchdown.
Point is up and good. Both offenses are really rolling in this one. Colorado State's back on top in the Mountain West. Another impressive drive featuring Nick Stevens and Michael Gallup. And that kick into the end zone. Air Force will start from their 25. Today's 1st and 10 line is brought to you by Golden Corral. Tim McVay in the backfield with Worthman. Option right. McVay gets it. Nice block downfield. And McVay fighting across the 30. He's down to the 32-yard line. He is a tough one. 8 yards before Justin Sweet made the stop.
He's a tough one to tackle. We talked about at the beginning of the show, showing last year's highlights. Colorado State had no answer for Tim McVay in this offense. And right now, they just need to tackle better. Be able to hit him at the point of attack, but wrap these big jokers up.
Look at that. 32 Air Force plays to a dozen. But it's Colorado State who's on top in a bruising run by Taven Burdo. And he's got a first down. Let's go down below to Cassie McKinney. Cassie?
Yeah, Rich, I talked to Arion Worthman in warm-ups. I asked him how he takes care of his body to stay healthy after time and time again taking a beating during games. He said he tries to control what he can, spends a lot of time in ice baths, he gets acupuncture, comes in early before practice to get treatments, and during halftime he has the trainers roll out his muscles and he eats a lot of bananas. But Rich, he said most of all he prays a lot about it.
Well, look, whatever he's doing, Cassie, it's working. He has been durable and effective and hard to stop. On 1st and 10, nice stop there by Patrick Moody, the freshman linebacker out of Vero Beach, Florida.
I tell you what, Arion Worthman, he takes a beating now. We've covered him a couple times. He's carrying the ball 20, 25 times, but he's also getting hit every time he does pitch the ball. And those are going to wear on you throughout a game and throughout a season. So he does a great job, like Cassie was saying, taking care of his body Monday through Friday.
Worthman now on 2nd down. Left side, Arion Worthman. And he's out to the 47. Let's face it, too. I mean, this is not an easy offense to run. And all you have to do is ask the head coach of the other team. Mike Bobo's father, a legendary high school coach, George, ran the Wishbone. And so Bobo growing up knew all about that offense. And yesterday when he talked to us about Worthman, man, he said, look, he isn't just handing off or pitching. He's got 2 or 3 pre-snap reads. He's got 3 reads to make once the ball is snapped. Try that 90 times a game.
And it happens fast. That initial fake with the fullback happens in a split second, so you're making that decision really fast.
Straight ahead. That's Stafford, and he's loose, and he's 20, and he's 10, and he's in. 53 yards. Jacob Stafford. An answer from Air Force, and back and forth they go.
You want to talk about big plays all night long? We've seen a few from Colorado State, the big run, the big pass play. Now for Air Force, that's a big run right there. You don't see many fullbacks getting 50-plus yard touchdowns, but when you don't get touched, got through the line pretty clean, then it's just a race to the pylon from there. You can see the big guy rumbling and stumbling.
Longest Air Force rush of the year. 53 yards from the fullback, Jacob Stafford. We're tied again. There's been a long line of great quarterbacks at Air Force. You throw Carney in there, D. Dowis, Bo Morgan, Lane Morgan, Mike Thiessen, Cale Pearson. Colorado State gets it at the 25. But Colorado State has done it with big strikes, especially to Michael Gallup. And Stevens right now in a shotgun, play action, flushed, throws, and it's picked! It's picked off! Intercepted by Air Force. Still on his feet. And Shaq Vereen is in for the touchdown. Stevens is picked off for the first time in 5 games. And Shaquille Vereen with the interception and the return. Unbelievable. That's just the 3rd pick all year for Air Force.
And just a bad decision by Nick Stevens. He's flustered. He has a guy in his back trying to force a ball down the field when he doesn't need to. Just take the sack, move on to the next play. But that's a great pick, and that's a great way to finish it off and get in the end zone and get the touchdown.
Well, look. First big play by the defense, and it's Air Force and the Falcons who lead it. Commander-in-Chief's trophy wins. Air Force has 20 of them. Navy has 15. Army has 4. Now, Air Force lost a close one to Navy earlier. Air Force has got Army, and of course on CBS Sports, the tradition in early December, the Army-Navy game. Dawkins, and he's smothered. Boy, Santo Coppola, the senior defensive end.
Yeah, for this Colorado State offense right now, it's a long game. You know you can score pretty fast. You know you're going to continue getting one-on-one matchups on the outside, but they do need to be able to run the ball.
Gallup and Griffin matched up, top of your screen. 2nd and 12. Stevens going to go for Gallup, and he throws behind him, and it's incomplete. And it's 3rd down and 12.
Michael Gallup doing a great job. This is just a choice route. He's going to run 12 yards, back to 10. And he kind of rounds it at the top. As a receiver, you're supposed to, the quarterback's going to aim at the back of your head. He kind of rounds it at the top, and that's why you see the ball's a little off there.
Will Friend was an offensive lineman at Alabama, offensive line coach at Georgia, offensive coordinator here at Colorado State. 3rd and 12. Stevens, lots of time. Middle shot, great catch in traffic. Warren Jackson, the true freshman. Grant Ross brings him down, and that's a 14-yard pickup and a 1st down.
And that's awesome. You got a big receiver out there, Warren Jackson, 6'5" freshman. Throw it up there, let the big guy go make a catch for you. This freshman, Coach Bobo was speaking with him yesterday. They're excited about this kid. They're excited that he's out there getting the start tonight, see what he can do.
Gallup, a quick stop, gorgeous throw. I mean, right on the money, right in the hands. To the 35, that's a gain of 14 and another 1st down.
This isn't a back shoulder throw, it's a design route. They're gonna run 10 yards and stop. It almost does exactly what a back shoulder throw does though. Get the DB running full speed, put on the brakes real quick, and that's a great timing throw by Nick Stevens too, put it on the outside shoulder.
Stevens, that one behind Gallup, and it's incomplete. Armed Forces football proudly supported by Golden Corral.
You see out there, Marquise Griffin, number 2 for Air Force. They're gonna target him. He had a great game last week, doing a great job one-on-one, but now you're going against one of the best guys in the country.
And Gallup, 4 catches, 121 yards already. Second down, 10. In terms of plays and time, this is the longest drive of Colorado State. They have struck quickly. Dawkins is the running back on second down and 8. And it's Dawkins who busts through. Flag is down behind the play, and Dawkins is into the end zone. So a touchdown, but a flag, 18 yards. Great individual effort at the end by Dalen Dawkins.
Holding, offense, number 71. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Second down.
Right guard, number 71, Jeff Taylor, just gets a little bit too much jersey right here. Not the worst hold I've ever seen. That's a little ticky-tack from the referee. I think when he drives him to the ground, you see his hand clenched on the jersey. I think that was the call, but I think that's a good block right there. I think it's a bad call by the ref.
Turns it into second down and 18. Stevens to throw. A lot of time. Overthrows, and that one's picked off. James Jones, the fourth. The second pick of Nick Stevens. Air Force had only 2 all year, and they've got 2 in this first half.
Man-to-man coverage, Stevens gonna have to be accurate. We have a deep cross coming from left to right. And he tries to force this one. He knows he has to throw it high to get over the first defender, throws it too high. And James Jones with a great pick. But Stevens knows he tried to force that into man coverage, which he shouldn't have done. Especially when you're driving, you got a great drive going, you're in field goal range. The worst thing that's gonna happen, you put another 3 points on the board.
And Worthman says, all right, well, I'll wait for some time to roll off. Takes a knee, and that'll do it. Colorado State cannot stop the clock. Again, a wild and entertaining first half. And Air Force on the road in this rivalry game in the Mountain West has a 28-21 lead. 2 interceptions, 2 of them against Nick Stevens, one of the best quarterbacks that you'll see in this conference. Key in the first half. After the break, we'll send you to the halftime report, powered by Ram Trucks, with Brent Stover, Houston Nutt, Christian Fourier in our CBS Sports Network studios. You're watching CBS Sports Network, the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. A rivalry game in the Mountain West, and Air Force right now at just 2-2 in the conference. Colorado State without a loss in the Mountain West, and a wild first half. Air Force up 28-21. Rich Waltz along with Aaron Murray. All right, our 5-hour energy stats are coming up. But look, this was offense, offense, offense. 2 big defensive plays for Air Force, the difference right now.
Yeah, both these offenses have been able to move the ball up and down the field. But for Air Force, the big 2 interceptions, the one getting in there for a pick 6, something to get this defense juice a little bit for that side of the football. For Colorado State, though, they got to figure out a way to stop this defense, this offense.
This is going to be a short kick, fielded at the 25-yard line, and taken out of bounds at the 38-yard line. Cassie McKinney checks in from the sideline. Cassie?
Yeah, hey, Rich, I caught up with both coaches. First, Coach Calhoun kept it basic. He said with all the back and forth, those turnovers really helped us. I asked him, what's the magic key to keeping up with Colorado State's offense in this second half? He said, well, that's the magic question. He said a lot of teams haven't figured that out this year. We've just got to get those first downs. As for Coach Bobo, he said those turnovers did not help us. They killed us. That penalty that called back the touchdown, said we have got to slow them down, get them in lost yardage plays. They're knocking us back. We've got to play smarter.
All right, thank you, Cassie. First possession, second half. Colorado State and Nick Stevens. Dalen Dawkins had a 76-yard touchdown run in that first half. And this one goes for no gain. Jack Floor, who had a really nice first half from that linebacker spot for Air Force.
I tell you what, this Air Force, after that long 7-yard touchdown run, has done a tremendous job in the run game, stuffing Colorado State at the line of scrimmage. And if Colorado State wants to be able to use that play-action pass, they got to get the run game going.
Remember, Colorado State's without a couple wide receivers. Olabisi Johnson's out. And we haven't seen Dietrich Clark today either. Those are two important pieces and weapons for Stevens. Straight ahead is Dawkins. Out to the 43-yard line. He's going to be short of the first down. And it'll bring up a third down in about 4.
This is a position right now for Colorado State. Look for their tight end, number 30, Dalton Fackrell, a guy they love in this 3rd and short in the red zone. We'll see if we can call his name for the first time tonight.
Only 3 Rams caught passes in the first half. Gallup had 4, Warren Jackson a couple, and then remember the fullback Adam Prentice had a touchdown catch. Perfect on 3rd down, 4 of 4. Play action, Stevens throw, Gallup the catch, and the move. Caught from behind, almost was stripped. Marquise Griffin and James Jones on the coverage.
You're seeing Michael Gallup here getting a little bit more respect. Griffin's gonna press bail. That's just too much room. You're going 3rd and short. You should start to anticipate shorter routes. So there's no reason to press and then as a corner bail. Just way too much room for an easy conversion for the first down.
From the 37. Blitz comes and Dawkins breaks one. Down to the 21-yard line. Griffin made the stop. 17 yards.
The fullback, Adam Prentice, one-on-one with the linebacker. One-on-one with Grant Ross. That's a great block right there. Love when the fullback gets involved in the run game. Taking on these linebackers and creating a big hole along with the offensive line.
Colorado State coaches could not say enough about Adam Prentice, the sophomore fullback, and the job he's done blocking this year. On 1st and goal, this is Matthews. Nice move, and he's in. Touchdown, Colorado State. 9 yards.
You're going to see the big back, Izzy Matthews, known for more of a power run game. Little twinkle toes here, though, after the carry. He's going to get one-on-one with Kyle Floyd. And that's a sweet move right there. You don't see the big back doing that too often, but when he does, that's pretty special.
Point is good. And what would you expect? Colorado State first possession, second half. They take it in. There's the block. There's our guy, Adam Prentice, again. Lots of adventures in this neck of the woods. Foot of the Rocky Mountains up in northern Colorado. And a great stadium, great crowd here. 36,005. Whoa! Air Force and Colorado State fan. That was scary there for a second. And Air Force will get the football at the 25-yard line. And now 10:50 left in this 3rd quarter. First possession now for Arion Worthman and Air Force. Worthman dives forward, and he's going to get maybe a couple. Air Force ran for 242 yards in that first half.
Yeah, this is big for Colorado State's defense. They've had a long break to end the half. They've had halftime, and then a great first possession by their offense. So these guys should finally feel a little bit more fresh, get the legs underneath them. We'll see if we can get a 3 and out.
52 yards for Worthman on 13 carries. Second down, 8. That's Bordeaux, and he's got a first down to the 37.
Yeah, in this offense, just by how fast things happen, especially with the quarterback and fullback exchange, you should be able to get 1 or 2 yards every time you run this type of offense. And with a team that maybe not have the best skill with receivers, running backs, you have to find other ways. And the speed of this offense, how fast things hit in the triple, really allows you to get that 1 to 2 yards.
Jacob Stafford and Nolan Erickson in the backfield. This is Stafford who had a touchdown run. Okay, so I'm going to take you from your pro passing offense and put you in the option. Tell me, for Arion Worthman, how many pre-snap reads does he have?
Well, first off, a lot of quarterbacks, they read the secondary. For Arion and this team as a quarterback, you're reading the defensive line. See what the front is. You want to run to the shade, the tightest defensive tackle. And then after the snap, you're reading the defensive end. You're reading the linebacker. You're reading the safety. There's a lot of keys going on through this kid's head.
So what would you say for each play? 5 reads?
Pre-snap 2, after the snap about 2 or 3 as well.
That's amazing. Stafford. And then you add up what happened last week. So you're saying on an average running play, that's 5 reads, 2 pre, 3 after. 91 rushes last year, or last week. So do the math, and that's 450 reads.
And it's not only making the reads, it's also getting hit every single play. When your body starts to wear down, it affects you mentally, but he's just so mentally strong. He's able to just keep going and going and going, play after play, drive after drive.
And he's done it so well. First down to 42. Stafford straight ahead. Air Force on the move here. 28 apiece. Notre Dame hasn't played North Carolina State all that often, but they are 0-2. Second down 7. Arion Worthman, the junior quarterback for Air Force. Quick pitch, nice move. That's Cleveland. Makes a couple miss, and he pays for it. Hit hard at the 35, gain of 3.
And it is a big loss for this Colorado State defense right here. You got him in the backfield. You have Cleveland, 2 tacklers, 1 miss, 2 miss, 3 miss. And instead of a negative yard gain, he gains a few yards, and now once again Air Force is in 3rd and manageable. That's a big, big miscue for this Colorado State defense, not being able to tackle him when you have the numbers.
Got the big fullback Stafford behind. Option. Worthman keeps, got a seam, and he's through for the first down. To the 23-yard line, Jake Schlager made the stop. That's a 12-yard pickup.
For Arion here, great job extending the play. Let's string it out a little bit. Looking like a point guard. Am I gonna take it to the hole? Am I gonna pitch it? That's a great job by him right there. And Colorado State, you just gotta hit him. Hit the kid. Make him get rid of the ball.
50 rushes already, 294 yards. When you see this drive, this is typical Air Force. 10 plays, 6 minutes of clock, 52 yards. Worthman again trying to get outside. Does, and he's out of bounds inside the 20 to the 19-yard line. It's a gain of 4. Evan Colorito and Josh Watson in pursuit.
Yeah, Josh Watson right there had a chance one-on-one. And for a defensive guy, a linebacker, safety, whoever's coming down to stop the run, go at the outside shoulder. Make Arion cut inside back to where your help is. Right there, did not do a good job. Arion used his speed, was able to get to the sideline and get 4 yards.
What happens to Air Force when they're in the red zone offensively?
For Air Force offensively, they don't change. Every defense you see, defensive coordinator you talk to, it's the same offense that you see at the -20, you're gonna see it in the +20 as well.
Worthman, good ball fake and a nice tackle there by Shun Johnson, the senior safety.
Awesome fake right here. Faked us up in the booth a little bit. But Shun Johnson doing a great job making sure his eyes are in the right spot. Because if they weren't, Arion could have scored that one.
It's a 3rd down and 5 now for Air Force. Thirteenth play of a drive that is approaching 7.5 minutes. McVay in motion. Option right. Late pitch. McVay's got it for the first down. A terrific pitch by Arion Worthman.
Terrific pitch, but a little scary right here. Almost shoots it with 2 hands. But a great read by him, holding it to the very last second. And just gets clobbered, but takes one for the team. Gets the ball to McVay, and he gets the first down. That's a big conversion for these guys.
Mike Deason in the middle there, the offensive coordinator. He was an outstanding quarterback at Air Force. He has nothing but praise for Arion Worthman. And rightfully so. 1st and goal, ball right on the 10. Bordeaux. And Bordeaux's scored a couple of touchdowns in this one. Trey Thomas brings him down. It's 4 yards on the carry. 2nd down and goal from these 6. Worthman was raised in Big Ten territory and was disappointed and has a rather large chip on his shoulder that no Big Ten team showed him any love or any interest. But he certainly has found a home and a great offense to run here at Air Force.
I mean, he's an impressive looking kid. I don't think you can put him in a pro style offense. He's not very tall. I don't know if he has the strongest arm in the world, but as a runner, he's a special kid. It'll be interesting to see if he does take that leap to the NFL one day, what that transition would be like for him.
Just an enormous drive of 14 plays, almost 9 minutes now, 70 yards. 2nd and goal. Bordeaux and McVeigh in the backfield. Worthman at the controls. Worthman pitch. McVeigh can't get the edge. Great play out there. Colorado State defensively. And that was Trey Thomas.
Great discipline by the defense, doing a great job getting off blocks. That is the key. You got to get off blocks. Trey Thomas doing a great job shedding his guy, then making the tackle.
3rd down and goal. Worthman keeps, stopped short. Fogel made the stop. He's down at the 3. It's 4th and goal from the 3, and the field goal unit is coming on.
Jordan Fogel, we talked about at the beginning of the show, safeties are going to have to show up in the run game. Coming downhill right there, and that's a big stop. That's a tough tackle right there. Arion's a big kid, big legs, strong runner. That's great, going low and knocking him down.
It's a 20-yard attempt, first field goal attempt for either team. Strable's been outstanding. Fumbled snap, but Strable stays with it and knocks it through. That was a little sideways, but 3 points nonetheless. 31-28, Air Force on top. And what a game this is, 31-28. Now Colorado State is 6-2, but they are undefeated in the Mountain West. So they have title hopes. Air Force stumbled out of the gates. And there's a look at Dietrich Clark. We haven't seen much of him at all. Clark is nursing a sore shoulder. He is back. Scrable's going to kick it away from him. And run out of bounds. No sign of Clark on offense. It's Warren Jackson who's lined up on the near side along with Michael Gallup. Stevens on play action, looking for Gallup, and down he goes. Swallowed up by Jack Floor. First sack and only the 6th sack by Air Force all year.
Jack Floor, number 50, gonna come right up the middle on the blitz. Jake Bennett, the center, just didn't get enough on him. And now you're 2nd and long here.
Second down and 17. Stevens steps up, fires to the sideline, and it's Dawkins who spilled as he goes out of bounds up at the 28-yard line. Nice gain, but still short of the first down. 3rd down and about 6. 13 yards on the catch and run.
That's a great job by Stevens right there, getting through his progression. The running back was number 3. Doing a great job. Get to his back, get to a 3rd and short.
Great rivalry, and what a game we've got. 31-28 Air Force after 3. 3 quarters in Fort Collins. Chick-fil-A game summary. Lots of offense on the ground for Air Force. On the ground and through the air for Colorado State. Individually, some big days. But right now, the focus is on 3rd down and 4. For Colorado State in their own territory. Nick Stevens from his 28-yard line in the shotgun. He's rolling right side, hit, throws, a wobbler, and it's incomplete. And the Air Force defense is held. Santo Coppola put the pressure on.
Great job. They're going to try to move the pocket here to get Stevens some time to throw the football. Didn't end up working out. Guy in his face. and he just got crushed. He had Warren Jackson open on the outside, but not much you can do when you got a guy drilling you right in the chest.
Ryan Stonehouse is one of the best punters in the West. Not just Mountain West, but West. 49 yards a kick, and this is a line drive into the wind. Great bounce. Rolls up. Ronald Cleveland will scamper out of bounds. 31-28, Air Force gets the ball when we return. Addition, new stadium, you got to start it, so a little Sweet Caroline between the third and the fourth quarters. I know it's not Fenway, but it was nice to hear with 36,000 in the house here. Arion Worthman has been dynamic, effective, efficient. His pitch, Tim McVeigh taken down by Josh Watson. McVeigh, the rugged speedster. If there is such a combination, and McVeigh is that. 5'9", 190, he has great straight line speed. And in that collision, the man that's down is Josh Watson, not McVeigh. There's a look at the stadium here, brand new, $240 million right on campus, 36,500 standing room. They can get 41,000 in here. They've had big crowds. Their team is off to an undefeated start in conference play. And some have said this is helping transform this community and this campus. All kinds of new buildings going up, from dorms to classrooms.
Yeah, it really is a beautiful campus, beautiful stadium. It's always nice having the stadium right on campus. Brings everyone a little closer together, like you said.
The 7-yard carry by McVeigh. And Air Force, who ate up almost 10 minutes of clock with their last drive, which ended up with a field goal, at it again. Worthman hesitates and strung out nicely. All right, Brent, Air Force doesn't need 95 yards. They need just one. 3rd down and 1.
They're looking for the fullback right down the middle. Just 1 yard. It's been good all day.
There's the fullback. That's the middle. And let's see if Berto has enough. And he does. He's got the 1st down. And Air Force doing what they do, moving the sticks, moving the clock. Air Force hasn't punted in this game.
Well, Air Force, I'm sure, felt pretty good heading into this game. Looking at Colorado State last week, they weren't able to stop the triple option for New Mexico. They haven't been able to stop it today either.
Look at the time of possession on there, especially that last drive, in the last 5. And Air Force has it out to their 36. Worthman has attempted one throw. That's his second and his first completion. It's caught there by Nolan Erickson. And that is an 8-yard pickup. And we check in with Cassie McKinney. Cassie?
Rich, Air Force offense seeming a little frustrated after that field goal, but a lot of communication over on their bench. Coach Calhoun telling his offense to line up faster, said we've got to be quicker. They're huffing and puffing, but so are we. Let's be tougher.
Cassie, you know, look, that's a great point. Although most offenses would be happy with a 17-play, 72-yard drive, which went 10 minutes, 9:59. I know they're frustrated with the 3 points, but that's still impressive stuff. Hey, back to the air. 2 straight passes. Wide open. That's Riffett, the tight end. It's a foot race. Riffett to the 10, the 5. He's in. Touchdown, Air Force. 56 yards.
56-yard touchdown.
You see 2 passes from Air Force back-to-back. They haven't been passing the ball well today. 0 for 1 before this. But you always have to be ready for the tight end going down the middle of the field. They love the tight ends going down the seam. That's an accurate pass from Arion Worthman. And Ryan Reffert doing a great job getting open and then finishing it with a touchdown.
Air Force ran 60 plays and threw once. Incomplete. And in 2 plays, they throw twice. And Ryan Riffett, the tight end, with a catch and run.
There is no foul on the play. The try is good.
All day on the ground. And suddenly, Arion Worthman through the air. Ryan Riffett And the Falcons are flying in Fort Collins. Biggest lead of the day for Air Force, 38-28, and it comes through the air. Arion Worthman to Ryan Riffett.
What a great play design right here. You're actually going to see unbalanced. You have 3 offensive linemen here. Ryan Riffett is lined up at the tackle position. So they don't even know. They think maybe he's a tackle. You're going to get 4 verticals. Safety has to make a decision. Ryan Riffett does a great job crossing the safety's face and then just outrunning him from there. But great play design like Mike Thiessen with the unbalanced formation.
That's what Marty English told us yesterday, the defensive coordinator for Colorado State. Scares him when Worthman goes back to throw. 11.5 minutes left here. Stevens pulls it, little slant. Gallup's got it right across midfield. Michael Gallup is not just a deep threat because they like to get him the football in space when they can, and they get that one quickly for a nice pickup. Our first down line is brought to you by Navy Credit Union.
That was a great read on that last play by Nick Stevens. It was a zone read. He was reading the linebacker. He bit. Great pass.
Gallup has single coverage at the bottom of your screen. That's Marquise Griffin, the corner. Stevens gonna go there, back shoulder throw, and it's incomplete. That ball went from the sunshine into the shade, and Gallup lost it.
Here's the previous play. Nick Stevens is gonna read the linebacker. If he bites on the run, he's gonna pull it and throw it wide open throwing lane from there. Great design and great read by him. See Gallup he's done a great job on slants all night long. Doing a great job crossing the DB's face. Friendly angle for the quarterback to throw the football.
Gallup out for this one. 5 straight passing plays for Nick Stevens in Colorado State. On the ground, Dawkins. Flag down in the defensive backfield.
Sideline warning against the Air Force bench. There is no yardage penalty associated with this warning.
So just a warning. But let that be a warning. The next flag, there will be a yardage assessment.
And for head coaches this year, they're not allowed to get out of the white. If a coach comes off the white, that will be an automatic flag.
3rd down and 7. Stevens sets, fires, high throw, incomplete. And Stevens paid the price. He was really hit. Ben Knox peels him off the turf. And it looks like Colorado State's going to have to kick.
Yeah, once again, Stevens taking a big hit, gets knocked off his feet. But the few times we've seen him pressured today, he's made some bad decisions. 2 interceptions, and then 1 right there. He is lucky that it was higher. It could have been another interception for him.
Ryan Stonehouse has a big leg. Right now he's going to try to finesse this thing inside the 20. There is nobody deep for Air Force. And an end-over-end kick. Oh, yeah! Held there at the 1. Terrific work on special teams. Jordan Fogle doing a nice job. And there in this new stadium, an NFL-like field club. That's a 50-yard line club. You can come out on the patio and watch the game or walk into the club and watch on the big screen. Loose ball, and Worthman falls on it. He has done such a nice job of handling the football all day long. This obviously not the time or the place where you want to cough it up.
Definitely not the time or place. And for Air Force, a little bit these past few weeks, this past month, they've been putting the ball a little bit too much on the floor. Good job jumping on it right there, because if you turn that over, pretty much count that at 6 points for Colorado State.
How sweet is that? Well, look, on one hand, you can say this is a great spot for Colorado State, but if you're Air Force, you got 98 yards, and you can eat up a lot of clock if you can just move the sticks. Worthman, and he'll pick up 5 yards there.
This is a huge, huge, huge third down for this Colorado State defense. Air Force get a first down. They're able to get the ball rolling a little bit. The clock is now your enemy for Colorado State. You're down by 2 scores. You need to stop them right now. Get the ball back to your offense in great field position.
Heck, Air Force has a 10-minute drive in this ball game. And there's 9 minutes left. Third down 5. Cleveland in motion. And nice move by Worthman. Got the first down. Slithers his way out to the 15. That's an 8-yard pickup. And Arion Worthman continues to make great decisions and make big plays.
Great decisions all day, and for Colorado State right now, you have to worry. You're in a little bit of panic mode defensively, offensively. 9 minutes left in this game. Like we've been saying, Air Force has been able to have some big, long drives all today so far.
Bordeaux, he's a real nice combination of strength and speed. He finds a seam and he finds an 11-yard pickup, another first down.
Well, Coach Mike Bobo, you definitely seemed a little stressed heading into this game facing this type of offense. He knows they're going to get their yards. He knows they're going to have the ball a lot this game. It's just tough to stop defensively. You have to play very sound football. You have to play base defense, but there's just a lot to see with your eyes. And right now, Air Force has had their number this entire day.
Bordeaux and Erickson in the backfield. Worthman again, just 10, 11 yards a carry. Watson made the stop. And Air Force moves the sticks again.
Yeah, we were joking about it.
Over 100 yards.
Yeah, we were joking about it. 98-yard run or 98-yard drive, and right now it's looking like it because the Colorado State defense, you see those guys right now, hands on their hips, and they've just been on the field all day long. This is once again, another long drive Air Force is putting together.
First down at 15. And straight up the gut, another big gain. Stafford, the fullback, Fogel, the tackle. First and 15, no problem. That's a 19-yard carry.
Exactly what Colorado State struggled with last week, being able to wrap these guys up. They couldn't do it versus New Mexico in the triple option, and they haven't been able to do it tonight. And these backs for Air Force, they're a lot bigger than New Mexico's too. New Mexico a little faster guys. These Air Force backs are just going to run you right over.
And guess what? The clock is under 4 minutes now. Stafford now at 93 yards. Worthman doing a nice job of using almost all the play clock. There's a pitch on a sweep. McVay's got some room. And he cuts back inside the 10, down to the 6. Kyle Robinson made the stop. And Air Force, 98 yards, no problem. They're on the move, they're eating clock, and they've got a first down inside the 10.
Yeah, if Colorado State, they had their chance early in this drive. They had the third down, they knew they needed to get it, and from there, I don't think Air Force has been in a third down since. They've just been running the ball down the middle, the sweeps. Colorado State really has no answers for them right now.
Here, Air Force trying to put this one away. 3:15 left, 10-point lead, on the move. Inside the 10 and inside the end zone, Arion Worthman. How impressive is this? Air Force backed up to their goal line, 9.5 minutes left in the game, holding a 10-point lead. They go length of the field, and they eat up 6.5 minutes of clock.
We talk about the offensive line play. Great job by those big guys. That's an easy run for Arion, but I tell you what, I've covered him a few games this year. Probably one of the best games I've seen him play so far.
Luke Strable, the extra point. And look at this, Air Force on the road in a rivalry. So close to an upset now. Arion Worthman, dynamic today. You know, it's one thing to move the football on the ground with success, and Air Force does that. It's another thing to do it under great pressure when the other team desperately needs a stop. 98 yards, 13 plays, 7:09 is the time they chewed up on that drive. And what's left are some happy Air Force fans, and Colorado State with 3:12 left in a big hole.
Yeah, big hole, but they have talent on the outside to be able to throw the ball. Nick Stevens, still a very talented quarterback. We'll see if they can get a couple drives together. But one thing you're not going to see as much of is man-to-man coverage. Air Force play a lot of man-to-man early. Right now, you're going to see a lot more zone. Let this Colorado State team get completion. Just make sure they stay short and inbounds. Keep the clock rolling.
4-receiver look. Stevens to the sideline, and it's short. Stevens hit again. Cassie McKinney on the sideline. What's up on the Colorado State side?
Yeah, Rich, just CSU offense sitting on that sideline for so long, just sitting there almost like they were watching the game on TV, just helpless, but so anxious to get out there, and the players told each other, this is our time.
Well, it's their time. They don't have much of it. 3 straight incompletions. Stevens had his hand hit on that last throw. This one is on the money and caught by Marcus Wilson, who does not get out of bounds and does not have a first down, so the clock continues to run. This was the previous play. Right on a face mask. Stevens again to the air. Gallup has the catch, and he goes out of bounds.
I tell you what, some of the big-time studs this game, Air Force's defensive line. They've done a great job in the run game, minus the 1 big touchdown run. And 2, they've done a great job getting after Nick Stevens. You've seen a lot of pressure in his face, been a little bit inaccurate, and that also caused the 2 turnovers earlier in this game.
Boy, this whole defense, you think about what Colorado State did on their first 3 possessions. I mean, they went right down the field and scored in lightning speed. And since then, it's been a lot slower and a lot tougher for scores and for yardage. Dawkins a catch and 11 yards on the pickup. Chains will move. Clock will stop momentarily.
And you see this Air Force defense. Look how far back everyone is.
And so right now, Colorado State just trying to take the yardage they've got. Marquise Griffin on the coverage of Marcus Wilson.
Yeah, Air Force defense right now, they're going to say, hey, we're going to give up the 7-yard pass. We're going to give up the 10-yard pass. We just want the clock to keep running. If you score a touchdown, but it takes you 2 minutes to score it, that's a win for us.
Second down 10. Stevens short, caught there. Dalton Fackrell. That's a 10-yard pickup, and the clock stops. And look, if you're Air Force, you came into last week at 2-4 and 1-2. But an impressive win in the last second at Nevada. And in this rivalry game on the road, this is looking like another Air Force win. You look at their schedule, they're going to go to 4-4 and 3-2 if they finish this off. Some of the losses they've had have been tough ones. Remember, they played on the road against then number 7 Michigan, had their moments, lost 29-13, lost a tight one to San Diego State, who was top 25 at the time, lost another tight one on the road to a really good Navy team. Stevens scrambling and diving. That's an 8-yard pickup. He's short of the first down. Clock runs. Here's Air Force remaining. They've got Army, then they've got Wyoming, Boise State on the road, and Utah State. Stevens hit as he throws, and it's incomplete. So there's a great opportunity for Troy Calhoun and Air Force. With this win, it puts them at 500, and then you go from there.
Yeah, they look good. I think the offense has been looking really good this past month. Defensively, 1 returning starter from last year. So we're talking about a young defense, guys that just need reps. And right now, the second half of the season, they're starting to play better now that they've had some games under their belt.
This is 4th down and 1. And they're going to get the first down. That stops the clock. Grant Ross stops Dalen Dawkins. This has been a rough second half for Nick Stevens and the Rams offense. They were so good in that first quarter. 1st and 10. Little dump there. And it's Dawkins who gets a block and smartly darts out of bounds at the 14.
Well, the offense, they just haven't been on the field enough. Talking with Nick Stevens yesterday, he knew the possessions were going to be cut down. Maybe you're getting 14 or 15 possessions a game. This game, it may be in single digits. They just have not been on the field enough to be able to get drives and also to be able to get into rhythm.
So they're down to the 14. They have 2 timeouts, with just 1:21 left. Blitz is coming. Stevens hit as he throws. Corner spot, and it's picked. It's intercepted. Kyle Floyd, the junior safety, took it away from Warren Jackson.
You're going to see right here, Air Force coming with an all-out blitz. Covers 0 on the outside. And once again, Nick Stevens, with pressure in his face, he just has not been very comfortable in the pocket. If he puts that ball another 2 yards outside, we're talking about a touchdown to Warren Jackson. Instead, his 3rd pick of the night.
That's a great play by Kyle Floyd, the junior out of Houston. And the blitz did get to Stevens.
You can see Stevens there a little hesitant throwing the ball. He's feeling the pressure. He's seeing it. He's been knocked around too many times tonight. And right there, making his 3rd interception. Once again, just gets the ball a little bit on front. That's an easy touchdown.
And you got to know, Boise State, Wyoming, the teams that are on Air Force's schedule the rest of the year are taking note after what they've seen here today on the road against a good Colorado State team. And if you're Troy Calhoun, if you're defensive coordinator Steve Russ, you've got to be thrilled with 3 interceptions. This Air Force team in 7 games coming in had just 2. And they get 3 today against one of the better quarterbacks in this league. And then they ran off 4 straight wins in the Mountain West Conference impressively. But today, in a rivalry game, Air Force heads north and takes down Colorado State. This is a really nice win for Troy Calhoun and the Falcons. Colorado State's used up all their timeouts.
Got everyone right here. They're coming for it. Punter just needs to get the ball off his foot.
And Scott answers the call with a line drive and a nice roll. That'll take some time off as it rolls down inside the 20, down to the 16-yard line. That's not bad. You wait around all day. Your first punt, you come in 69 yards.
Yeah, it's nice when no one's back there to catch it. You just kick a low line drive, end over end, and just let it roll for about 20, 25 yards after that.
This is going to be a really fun trip back to the academy.
First and 10, Colorado State from the 16.
Most of the defense not in your shot there. They're that deep. And Matthews going to race to the side. He's stopped and hauled down by Jamel Sanders. And so, Troy Calhoun and Air Force in what was, in the first half, just an offensive. Arion Worthman, Tim McVeigh, Tavon Bordeaux, Jacob Stafford all had great days. So did their head coach, Troy Calhoun. He's down below with Cassie McKinney.
Well, Coach, congratulations. That was back and forth. Have you caught your breath yet?
No, and that's part of, the schedule that we've played. We played a bunch of close ones, and and another one today. I mean, I thought both teams played really, really hard, and we just got to keep developing, keep growing.
And we know Arion in this offense can come up with some big plays, but your defense has gotten better and better all season. What impressed you about them today in those big turnovers?
I think especially the last 2.5 quarters played really, really good football. And, you mentioned it, being able to come up with some stops and some turnovers, and we just need to keep playing. You look at it experience-wise, it's helped us now that we've played a few games as a team, and just simple things. I mean, some of the basic communication that it helps whenever you play with a teammate.
And you guys had 4 straight losses. Now you have 3 straight wins. Where does the credit go for that turnaround?
Well, there's no turnaround. I mean, now I know that's dramatic, and I realize, it makes better news anytime something's dramatic. We're just we're dedicated. We're going to work hard, and we're going to keep being diligent to continue to develop and improve.
You have a big one next week against Army, big rivalry. What can you take from this win?
We move on. I mean, each game's its own entity, and our guys understand that in terms of the focus that you have to have.
Thanks, Coach. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Troy Calhoun and Air Force with big offense from Arion Worthman and big defense with 3 interceptions upsets Colorado State in a rivalry game in the Mountain West. For Aaron Murray, Cassie McKinney, and our entire crew, I'm Rich Waltz. This has been a presentation of CBS Sports Network, 24-hour home of CBS Sports. Let's send it to Brent Stover, Houston Nutt, Christian Fourier in our CBS Sports Network studios in New York.